When you look at this young man called Ademola Lookman, you may not notice much, but I promise you, his story can change your life, especially if you're a person who is dreaming to achieve some great things in life. Lookman is a young man with a tough childhood. He grew up in the UK, but there were times when his family could not afford simple meals. And because there was no food at home, he would have to leave and go and eat at his friends' houses.
Coming home from football, because I knew there was no food at home, I'd eat at my friends' houses.
But fast forward in 2024, this gentleman at the age of 26, from an African background, became the only player in the history of one of Europe's toughest leagues, the Europa League, to score a hat-trick, which is 3 goals at the finals. Now you have to understand how incredible that is. Europa League started in 1971, and until 2024 there was nobody who scored a hat-trick in the finals of that competition, and there have been great legends playing in those matches, but it took Ademola Lookman to make that history. But stepping back a bit, that is not the only incredible thing Ademola Lookman did in his career. The first time he played in the English Premier League, he was substituted into that match at the 90th minute, and he went in to score a goal against Manchester City, being coached by Pep Guardiola. He played against the likes of Yaya Toure on that day, his first day in the English Premier League, and scored a goal. Years after that, he moved to Italy to join Atalanta, and on his first day of playing a match for Atalanta, he also scored a goal. Now you've got to understand this. There is no smoke without fire. If a young boy who grew up in such a humble background could start producing world-class results, it simply means he went through some remarkable transformation. And that is what we are digging into today. I found that Ademola Lookman adopted 5 outstanding principles or mindsets that turned him from a normal boy struggling in a family into a winner at life. And if these 5 principles could change his story that much, I bet they can yours too, if you are looking for that kind of transformation. The very first one is he learned to make progress in spite of fear. For a young man or a young boy from a humble background with big dreams who was trying to chase those dreams, Ademola Lookman came into so many instances and situations that were very intimidating for him. The very first time he was supposed to be substituted into a professional match, he was extremely nervous.
When I actually got the call to come on to get ready, I actually looked over my shoulder to see if it was actually me they were calling. First of all, I couldn't find my shin pads, so I was panicking.
Yet when he went into the match, he was able to make great impact. But that is pale in comparison to what happened when he made his Premier League debut in the match against Manchester City, who had legends on the pitch like Yaya Toure. According to him, when he was entering that match that day, he was shocked. He was overwhelmed with emotion that, wow, this was actually happening. And he was actually entering the pitch to play against these legends in Manchester City in the English Premier League. Yet, in spite of all that fear and all that emotion, he managed to score a goal. How? How did Ademola Lookman get through those tough moments? Moments of extreme emotion. And how did he manage to get the job done regardless? Well, according to him, he just decided to take it one step at a time. Whenever he had the opportunity to touch the ball, he would just take it and do the best he can do. If he sees a player he's supposed to pass to, he passes to him. If he sees himself in a good position, he tries to strike. So he just decided to do his best with every opportunity he got with the ball. And by simply immersing himself in the game and taking things one step at a time and giving his best in each instance, he kept shining despite the fear and the emotion and the shock he was feeling. Now, what can we learn from this? You do not have to get rid of fear in order to make progress in life. Everybody experiences some level of emotion like fear, shock, uncertainty, or nervousness whenever they come face to face with a situation they've never handled before. And the same thing happens when you're chasing your dream as well. Many people have certain goals they want to achieve, but because of all these emotions, they refrain from going ahead and just settle back to where they were. But the truth is, those emotions don't have to go away before you are able to make progress. You have to do it scared. You have to do it nervous. You have to do it shy. So perhaps your dream is to start a public speaking career, or singing, or maybe even content creation. But you have some reservations, some emotions, some fear, some uncertainty that is stopping you. Understand that it's normal. Everybody feels it. But don't think for one moment that you have to get rid of all that emotion before you will be able to start whatever you want to begin. As Nelson Mandela said, I learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Bottom line, the fear will always be there, but you have to fight it. You have to move on regardless. And that is how you overcome it. And in fact, that is the difference between achievers and spectators. Spectators stop their pursuit because of all that emotion and sit on the sidelines to watch. And the achievers go ahead to do things regardless of the fear, the doubt, the uncertainty, the nervousness they feel. So always keep going on regardless of those emotions. As for me, I've told you. By the way, this is Eqay Inspire YouTube channel, and on this channel, what we do is extract crucial life lessons from important life stories. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell so that whenever we post a new video, you're going to get notified. Recently, one of the videos we worked on was about Lai Kingston, a young coach in Ghana with remarkable success and an incredible background story to that success. We extracted crucial life lessons from it, and you can click right here to watch that video for yourself. Honestly, that one is a must watch. Anyway, back to the video. The second principle or mindset that Ademola Lookman used to transform his life was to never give up on his childhood ambitions. Right when he was 5 years old, and since then, Ademola Lookman has always been fascinated about the game of football. But as a young man with Nigerian parents, the expectation was that he would become a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant, or enter any such profession.
In like a Nigerian culture, like where my parents are from, they want you to like be an accountant, be a lawyer and stuff.
There were a number of instances in his life as a boy growing up when he had to battle between the option of choosing football or a professional office-based career, but each time he fought all the resistance and chose what his passion truly was, which was the game of football. Without having made that choice, we would not know him as we know him now. He would not have been chalking the successes he is chalking now. He would not have experienced the breakthroughs he has experienced now. What can we learn from this? We all have certain deep ambitions or childhood dreams that we still hold dear and wish we can fulfill. But most people let go of these dreams or even classify them as mere fantasies when they begin to face the realities of life or when they have to do something for a living. But the truth is, most of the time, those dreams represent our truest selves, guys. Most of the time, it is those ambitions that will bring us our biggest fulfillment. And so we have to try and go on that journey of pursuing those dreams. As Oprah Winfrey once said, the biggest adventure you can take in life is to live the life of your dreams. As Eleanor Roosevelt also said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So if you have the option of choosing between what you dream of, that sweet ambition that you've always had, and then a path that is recommended for you for some other reason, like just obtaining a livelihood, I really do suggest that you choose your dream every single time, because trust me, your future self will thank you for it. As for me, I've told you. The third mindset that helped Ademola Lookman to go from just an average African kid living in the UK to a superstar living the life of his dreams is how he always reacted when he saw certain people at levels above where he was. Or in other words, when he saw people who were living the life he was yet to manifest for himself. He did not just admire them and let it slide. He didn't simply conclude that they were more privileged or more talented and allowed things to end there. He never questioned his own abilities, wondering whether he could also manifest that kind of possibility in his life. What he asks himself is just one: why can't that be me? What is stopping me from living that life too and manifesting this possibility for myself?
Jamie Vardy is all like what he's achieved. Like, he's won the Premier League with Leicester. Just makes you think and sit down and just wonder, like, why can't that be me? What's stopping me from achieving that?
That question is so remarkable. You know why? By asking why can't that be me, he establishes the possibility of that reality in his mind. And secondly, it challenges him to tackle any issue that could be hindering him from getting there. It is not surprising at all that many times it doesn't take him so long to start manifesting those possibilities as well. Now, what can we learn from this? Adopt the mantra, why can't that be me? Whenever you set your eyes on somebody who seems to have the life that you've always wanted, don't just say you wish you were like them. Don't make certain excuses in your mind that, oh, they just got lucky in this way or that way. Don't underrate yourself saying you are less privileged or less talented than they are. Rather, ask yourself, why can't that be you? And allow that question to drive you to find out what they do differently that you don't do. What books did they read, or what books are they reading? What courses did they take? What principles do they abide by? Creating that possibility in your mind and going that extra mile to find out why they are manifesting those realities that you want so badly can make you get there in a time frame that will even surprise you. Because as Napoleon Hill once said, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So believe it can be you too and take intentional steps of getting there. You will get there before you know it. As for me, I've told you. Number 4, according to Ademola Lookman, one mindset that has been driving him close to his dreams is the fear of never getting to achieve them.
The heights that I believe I can reach, I'm scared of not reaching them heights, and that's what drives me every single day.
Do you know what that means? For him to say that his drive is the fear of not achieving those dreams means that those dreams in his mind are compulsory to achieve. He is fully convinced that his dreams are not only possible to achieve, but must be done. To him, they must happen at all costs, to the extent that anything that can stop them from happening scares him. What a mindset! And what can we learn from that? Be single-minded about the achievement of your dreams. Everyone has that life that they want to have. Everyone has that life, that mental picture of something they want to have, a dream they want to achieve, an ambition they want to manifest. But when you think of that dream, how do you see it? How do you process it? Are you double-minded, always second-guessing yourself as to whether you can actually get there or not? To be fair, you are free to second-guess yourself when the aspiration is at the idea stage, or when you conceive a new idea. It's okay to compare and contrast a number of things to see if it's truly worth it. It's okay to be doubtful at that stage. But if you really want to achieve something or achieve it, you have to move past that doubtful stage. Because until you get to the point where you are single-minded about this dream that you have, you may never start making any real progress towards it. As James chapter 1 verse 6 to 8 says, when you ask, you must believe and have no doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. I'm not making this up. You can go read it for yourself. So whatever you dream to achieve, like having a successful online business, getting your PhD, buying or building that house, you must psych yourself beyond the doubt of, can I really do it? Is it actually possible? Will that work for me? Can I make it despite these economic challenges? And so on and so forth. You have to get rid of all that doubt. You have to reach that point where you don't only think it's possible for you to get there, but you convince yourself fully that it's going to happen. So much so that you are bent on fighting anything that could hinder you from getting there. This is one sure way to bring those dreams you have into reality. As for me, I've told you, the fifth mindset that helped Ademola Lookman to escape his predicaments as a child in a not so well-to-do family, to start living the life he's always wanted, came from an incident that happened when he was 14 years old. He was playing in a team when all of a sudden one of his colleagues died.
When I was think 14. One of my teammates at Waterloo, he died.
The loss broke the hearts of everyone on the team, including Ademola Lookman. But what is interesting is that as it broke them, it also brought them together. Because according to Lookman, this made them bond strongly than ever. But beyond that, these players who were in their teens decided to start winning matches in honor of the colleague that they had lost. But even better, they made a resolve among themselves that each of them was going to fight hard and make it in their football career in honor of this colleague that they had lost.
We all vowed to each other that whenever we step out onto the pitch or we done something together, it'd be for him, and we'd all try our best to make it in football.
As a young boy, that was a significant incident that consolidated the passion of Ademola Lookman for football and for a professional career that would be successful. And from there, he started building upon it step by step and started chalking successes that many did not even think was possible for him. What can we learn from this? Begin to see loss as a refresh button on your life. As painful as it may be to lose something that is very important to you, sometimes these events happen in our lives to give us an opportunity to pause and rethink. And most of the time, that can be a crucial turning point in our lives and help us make decisions that will guide us towards where we are supposed to be or accelerate us on that path much faster. Personally, I went through that process some time back because I lost 2 classmates who were quite close to me when I was in school. And this really shook me. I had to pause and rethink. And the void that was left in my heart caused me to think deeply and start pushing harder than ever in certain areas of my life, with the reminder that we are not going to be here for long. So I want you to start thinking of loss in that way. And it's not just about the loss of a person, but it could be the loss of a job or anything that was valuable to you. It's a refresh button that can make you come back to your senses, focus on the things you are supposed to do, and make your impact felt on a larger scale than you otherwise would. So that has been it for today. Just a quick recap of the lessons that we've learned from the mindset of Ademola Lookman. The first one was that you don't have to get rid of fear before you start making progress in life. You have to learn to go on regardless. And it's not just fear, all the emotions, the nervousness that keeps stopping you from achieving your dreams. They don't have to go away, but you have to learn to keep moving on regardless of those feelings, because that is what achievers do. Secondly, if you have to choose between chasing that dream that you've always had or just a career for livelihood, I suggest that you go for that dream, because the future belongs to the people who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Lesson number 3, adopt the mindset, why can't that be me? Whenever you see somebody doing something you are not able to do, or you are yet to be able to do, or you wish you could do, ask yourself, why can't it be me? I have a physical body just like this person. I breathe in oxygen, they breathe in oxygen. I have 24 hours, they have 24 hours. Why can't that be me? And start looking for the answers that will help you transform your life into that. Lesson number 4, be single-minded about the possibility and the pursuit and the achievement of your dreams. You have to move beyond the stage of doubt in order to bring that dream into reality. And number 5, start thinking of loss as a refresh button on your life that will help you reconsider everything you are doing and focus your energy on the aspects of your life that need it the most. So that has been it for today. Actually, I'd like to know your thoughts on the lessons that have been shared in this video. So if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, objections, I'd like to know. So write it down in the comment section below. Until I see you again in our next video, which is already being prepared, remember that life gives us episodes of chaos and peace. But after each episode, you should pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this?